The Sacramento Kings offseason started early last night as they lost in the play-in game against the Dallas Mavericks and are officially out of playoff contention. What moves did they make already? Well, we're going to break that down in this episode of Joe Mercer Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Joey Mercer, and as always, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and every single time we upload, you'll be able to stay up to date with our takes on the NBA, as well as everything you need to know around it. So, without further ado, let's get into the move that the Sacramento Kings have already made, being they parted way with their general manager. They've now actually signed Scott Perry as their general manager, and this is a return to Sacramento for him. This article that I found on this is from Yahoo Sports by Jeff Zilgett of USA Today. Veteran NBA front office executive Scott Perry spent 3 months as the Kings' executive vice president of basketball operations in 2017. Nearly 8 years later, Perry's returning to the Kings as their new general manager. A person with knowledge of the move confirmed to USA Today Sports. The person requested anonymity because he was not authorized to speak publicly about the Kings' decision. Interestingly enough, Perry takes over the Monte McNair, who parted way with the Kings following their 120-106 season-ending loss to the Mavericks in a Western Conference play-in game on Wednesday. I want to sincerely thank Monty for his leadership and the invaluable contributions he made during his time in Sacramento, Kings owner Vivek Ranadive said in a statement. He helped build a strong foundation for continued success here and wish him and his family all the best in their future endeavors. Absolutely. Now, was this a solid spot for Scott Perry to have to take over? I don't think so. The moves that they made this season only made the team worse, not better. And I think they took on some large contracts and decisions that are going to change the franchise. But hopefully Scott Perry can get in here and make some noise. He was recently with the Knicks behind the scenes. So let's see what he can do with the Kings. The Kings moved quickly to hire Perry, who has been an NBA front office executive for 25 years, starting with his hometown in Detroit for the Pistons. Perry has considerable work to do for a team that finished a disappointing 40-42, 6 fewer victories than last season, and 8 fewer than in 2022-23. Finding a permanent head coach and improving the roster are his top priorities. Interim coach Doug Christie took over for Mike Brown, who was fired on December 27th, and Christie wants the full-time job. This is where I want to be, he told reporters after Wednesday's loss. Now, I don't know if Doug Christie is the right guy for the job. I mean, the team in front of them, there's just not really any defense. That's really what they've got to change in the offseason if they really want to make the next step. If not, you really need to go into full tank mode, but the Kings have been such a tough team for so long, I don't really think that's an option with their fan base at the moment. Perry has also worked for the Seattle Supersonics, Orlando Magic, and New York Knicks. His stint with the Kings was short-lived because he had an opportunity to become general manager of the Knicks, but he left the Kings on good terms with Ranadive. ESPN first reported the news of Perry's hiring, and his name was mentioned by The Athletic early Thursday as strong possibility, and now it has been officially done. So this is going to be a big, massive change for the Sacramento Kings. A new general manager is going to be in charge. What moves will he make? Well, I will let you look at Scott Perry's resume, what he's done as general manager. Go ahead and make sure to go check that out. I'm not going to go through the full resume right now, but some of the decisions have been very good, and then some not so great. So you decide, you let me know down below if this was the right decision for the Sacramento Kings. Obviously, they weren't able to stick with their current general manager. It was a mutual parting from what I'm being told, and definitely need to see what this is going to mean for the Kings with Scott Perry in charge in the future. This is all I've got to say on this topic right here. Just a short video to let you know what's happening just after the play-in ended for the Sacramento Kings. But as I said, let me know down below in the comment section what do you think about this hiring and parting of ways for general manager for the Kings immediately after, of course, their play-in loss. As always, I'm your host, Joey Mercer. Make sure to like the video if you made it this far, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.